Hey.
Alright, so we're in the middle of the off-season. Basketball news is getting pretty slow, but luckily for us, the World Cup, Team USA, all that good stuff is starting to ramp up a little bit. And if you're like me and you are getting very bored in this offseason, I'd recommend to go watch the Team USA versus Team Select scrimmages. And I know they're only scrimmages, and there's been a lot of hoopla about, oh, the select team beat Team USA, but let me just tell you right now, none of that stuff matters. The players don't care about that shit. These are scrimmages. They're trying to get their team chemistry right. The players are just trying to get better. Simple as that. But with that being said, that does not mean that there aren't certain takes that can be made from watching this film. So I went ahead and I watched that first day where they had the two 10-minute scrimmages, and I just jotted down some notes. And the most important note that I took, and it's kind of just the theme from these first day scrimmages that I saw, is that Cade Cunningham was easily the best player there. And just this fact alone got me thinking, because Jalen Duren is also on the select team, and it was very clear that him and Cade have a great chemistry between those two. And the fact that they're going to be teammates on the Pistons for the foreseeable future is just really awesome, because they are already showing a chance at being a very elite duo in the pick and roll, or just throwing lobs, as we saw them do many times in the scrimmage. But yeah, a lot of people had question marks surrounding Cade Cunningham heading into the season, and I think so far he's off to a great track of answering those questions and making sure that people have no doubts that Cade is on the path to greatness. This also brings up I don't know if it's a recent trend, it feels like a recent trend to me, but for some reason, people just seem to forget how good NBA players are when they get hurt for long periods of time. Like, the amount of people who were questioning Cade Cunningham because of his health and the fact that he missed all of last season was just surprising to me. And don't get me wrong, I was also on that bandwagon where I was like, oh, the Pistons, they kind of rely on, how good can Cade Cunningham be? And we got to a point where people were really questioning if he's going to be the guy for the Detroit Pistons, even after being selected first overall and having a ton of hype his rookie year. He didn't play last year, and it just didn't sit well with a lot of people. To me, it was very similar to a player who had a similar experience last season, like LaMelo Ball, where people are now underrating him for some reason, simply because they just haven't seen him play live NBA basketball in, well over a couple months. Anyway, from what I've seen from Cade Cunningham so far this offseason, it has me really excited for what the Detroit Pistons might look like this year, because they're probably the most volatile team right now amongst NBA fans at this point in the offseason. I've seen a lot of people say that they're likely to repeat as either the worst or top 3 worst teams in the NBA, at least record-wise. Where I've seen some people say, like, oh, they could sneak into, a play-in game, maybe sneak in as the 8 or 7 seed into the Eastern Conference playoffs, because, just a little weaker on that side right now. And for me, I don't know if they're quite going to be a playoff team, but I certainly do not think they're going to be bottom of the league again, as long as Cade Cunningham stays healthy, obviously. Because as I mentioned, the Cade Duren combo is going to be really good, really dangerous. Bojan Bogdanovic was like a top 25, top 30 point per game scorer last season, so he's going to be able to provide some buckets. A year 2, Jaden Ivey should also be taking a nice little leap and should be a better player than his already impressive rookie season. I'm really excited for rookie Ausar Thompson too. All the hype is on his brother Amen, but I think Ausar could be, I don't think he'll be as good as in terms of an individualistic player, but on a team like the Pistons, he is exactly what they need. He's going to provide defense. He's going to be a connective playmaker. And I think he's just going to play really well off of Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey. The only thing that really grosses me out about this Pistons team is the big elephant in the room that everyone seems to talk about nowadays with Pistons, and that is the James Wiseman and Marvin Bagley duo that is just clogging up the front court, and people are waiting for them to make a decision, and unfortunately we'll probably have to wait until they can actually, get in the gym and get some playing time. But again, I hope they get that shit sorted out soon, because no one likes that. No one likes that duo. Overall, I've been seeing a lot of hype about like the Oklahoma City Thunder being potentially like a 50-win team, and that's everyone's big sleeper right now, and it makes 100% sense. You have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being an MVP candidate, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, Josh Giddey, Lou Dort. They're going to be awesome defensively. They have plenty of offense to go around as well. I am totally on board with the OKC Thunder being a big underdog that takes a leap. But I don't think people should be sleeping on the Detroit Pistons as much as they are right now as well. Like I said, will they be a playoff team? Probably not, but I do think they could get pretty close to sniffing it, much like OKC was this past season, where, they got to the play-in, played a pretty good game, and just ultimately ended up losing. But I think that's a very similar path that the Pistons could take this season. Anyway, enough of that. My other notes from the Team USA Select Team Scrimmage, just, quick little one-liners. Naz Reid looked awesome. I'm happy he got his extension. I think he's going to be a big piece for the Timberwolves as they continue to figure out the Rudy Gobert situation. Peyton Pritchard was doing a bit too much at times, and listen, I'm a Celtics fan. I'll always love me some Peyton Pritchard. I love that he's getting this opportunity to play in a setting like this, and I think it's going to be big for his free agency next season. And although he did not look great, he did prove that he could hang with these players. And again, that's the big thing for him right now, is proving that he can hang with this level of talent. Honestly, I forgot Josh Hart was even on Team USA, but I love what he brings. He checked into the scrimmage, and immediately the defensive tone switched 100% for Team USA. They went from giving up a lot of rim attacks and just easy buckets. Josh Hart came in and they started playing physical, and I think he's going to be a pretty key piece to this Team USA team as they play other countries. And I know I said Cade Cunningham was the best player on the court, and he was, but with him being on the select team, I did want to point out that, to me, the best player on Team USA in that first 2 10-minute scrimmages, I don't know what to call it, one scrimmage or two. But anyway, I thought Anthony Edwards was the best player for Team USA. I think the best scorer on that team is Brandon Ingram, but I think when it comes down to getting tough buckets and this team looks for a leader to go and be the main guy, I think Anthony Edwards will be the one to step into that role. I think he has the right mindset. I think he's one of the few guys that actually, wants to go out there and put in some work. I feel like a lot of the guys just kind of see Team USA nowadays as getting some good reps in with a lot of good players. But I'll always appreciate those guys who take it to the next level and really fight for their country. It reminds me a lot of like what Kobe and LeBron and D-Wade and Melo did back in the early 2000s and 2010s, early 2010s. And so far, I think Anthony Edwards is the most likely candidate to step up and be that guy. Oh yeah, but that's about it. I know there's some other scrimmages that got released onto the YouTubes, and I'll probably try and check them out. I don't know if I'll make a video about them, but again, this is my day one scrimmage review of just some fun stuff, and I'm really excited for Cade Cunningham again. I think that's been the most important thing that's happened this offseason so far, amongst all of the slow business hours and slow, trade rumors. I'm happy that we're finally getting some actual basketball action again to sink our teeth into. And again, this is just a good reminder to those who have been doubting Cade Cunningham and the Pistons that the doubt might be getting a little overused. I think the Pistons have somehow become a underrated team again, which I know is a pretty crazy thing to say for a team that won like 15 games last season, but it's basketball. Anyway, that's enough from me. Shorter video. At least I think this will be a shorter video. I don't know, but just spewing some thoughts on Cade Cunningham and Team USA. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you all in the next one.